Hello and welcome to the show. First tonight, the small Kewdale company that took on the global weapons giant and won.
The biggest David and Goliath story in the aerospace industry ever.
We'd just be bullied. We just weren't going to stand for it.
It was the unwinnable fight. On one team, global heavyweight Lockheed Martin, the world's #1 military contractor and the biggest weapons exporter on the planet, with a staff of almost 200,000 people worldwide.
You just simply don't take on Lockheed Martin. If you knew what you're doing, you'd never do it.
Their opponent, Perth small business Skunk Works.
Hello, Skunk Works, this is Claire speaking.
A web-based company that manufactures mounting devices for flat-screen televisions, operating since 2001 with a modest staff of 3.
We're just a pimple on the face of the planet compared to them.
The battle began when Skunk Works directors Lou and Claire Scalacci tried to register Skunk Works as their trademark. Simple enough, but the name dates back to the Cold War and was used by Lockheed to describe their top secret or black projects.
The Skunk Works was the centre of engineering excellence for the Lockheed company through the 50s, 60s, 70s, into the 80s and 90s. And that's where they evolved some of the most innovative design in aviation.
Lockheed Martin didn't want to share the name and blocked the trademark application.
This is a name that was synonymous with Lockheed, synonymous with black projects, synonymous with cutting-edge technology. So I can understand them wanting to keep that name to themselves.
That was almost 3 years ago.
So it was a very long waiting game for us before we could take any action at all. And during that time we were approached by lawyers, local lawyers, basically telling us to cease and desist trading with the name.
Instead of hiring their own lawyer, Lou and Claire decided to take on Lockheed Martin's international team of attorneys alone.
We decided, well, we can't afford to lose the name if we do everything in our power to keep it. And so rather than spend the money with an attorney, we did it ourselves, and I think we saved $150,000, maybe even $200,000 in doing it.
This is the holy grail of aerospace, of development, of new technology. Skunk Works is it.
Jeffrey Thomas is one of Australia's most experienced aviation writers. He says Lockheed Martin is known for protecting its history, no matter how minor the fight.
Small company in Western Australia, it possibly doesn't matter, but then it sets a precedent, because if they use it, who else can use it?
Initially, it was just these emails. Then Lockheed Martin stepped up the challenge, approaching the overseas manufacturer who prints this Skunk Works logo.
They basically bullied them into not allowing us to use that anymore, which they had no legal right to do. But to this day, that company won't touch our merchandise anymore.
The business Lou and Claire had put so much into was put on hold.
They just drowned us in paperwork. And of all the effort that was put into it for the last 2.5 years, none of that was making any money.
Finally, after months of emails, phone calls and letters, earlier this year, the impossible happened.
We went right down to the wire, ready to go to court, and then we never heard from them again. That was it.
Months later, a simple letter arrived to confirm Skunk Works was theirs.
We were very lucky, in fact, that we bothered them so much to the point that they gave up.
Stephen Moyer is head of Perth's Small Business Development Corporation. He says Lou and Claire took a massive risk going it alone and could have lost their business.
This is a great result for the company, but it should also be remembered that it doesn't always end this well.
Such a gutsy couple, good on them.